Well, thanks very much, Kevin. And let's take a look at the specifics. Let's see exactly what the forecast is. Of course, yesterday we were dealing with that exodus that began at Pearson. It continues, but a lot of people are taking today to start that big drive, and you're driving through a low pressure system, no question. Let's take a look at what's happening with our weather now. And first we go off to Mike Arsenault. Yes, that is around the corner. You had to remind me. Thanks so much, Mike. Warm front is coming through Ontario. We stay warm. Actually, we've brought down the amounts of precipitation in Toronto because it really does skirt to our south. But Ottawa and Montreal, it's going to be snowfall and some mixing in with this low pressure system. Then it all merges with our Gulf low into Atlantic Canada, and that's where we're really going to feel the brunt of this. What is a winter storm? It's a winter storm that could produce 20, 25 centimeters of snow. And then we'll have to watch this next one for early next week to see whether or not it has an impact on us. At this point, thank you so much for that, Chris. Well, from Pearson, at least, no weather-related delays expected if you're flying out for March break. If you're driving, on the other hand, there's a low-pressure system that you'll have to go through with some rainfall in the U.S. But if you're staying here at home, here's Kevin Yard with some ideas on what you can do. Oh, it sounds like fun. They both had a little smirk when they said that. I'm all for the après-ski, actually. Let's take a look at our must-see video. Yes, it's very mild in Edmonton, so that would take some necessary precautions to keep that track nice and icy. Here in Ontario, we don't have any ice in our forecast because the temperatures are staying nice and warm. This low pressure system is skirting off to our south, so we really don't see much of an impact, save for some showers around the GTA. However, that low merges, phases with the one from the U.S., and that's a snowstorm for Atlantic Canada. We'll have lots of coverage on that, storm watch actually. And then next week, we have another low that's skirting by on Tuesday. Thank you so much for that, Kim. Let's get you caught up with your forecast because, of course, we've got March break ahead of us. Now, not everyone is leaving. Some people are staying closer to home. Let's check in with Kevin Yard and his experience out in the snow. Right, sounds like great stuff. Thank you so much for that, Kevin. This is our must-see video now from Ottawa. Hey, by the way, overnight low is 3, but we have some showers coming through. Now, a bit of a change in our forecast. This low looks to be moving further to our south, so we don't see as much of a direct impact. Yes, some showers, but no big rains. Where it's going to rain, though, is from Kingston up to Ottawa. That's where we get into the snow and the mixing. Now, Ottawa likely to see some mixing. Same for Metro Montreal, north side of Montreal, like Mont-Tremblant, for example, talking about skiing. Some great conditions on the way because of the snowfall, but then down into the Richelieu Valley, for example, we won't see quite as much impact on the snow. For us, though, rain, mild temperatures. Thank you so much, Kevin. And let's take a look at what those conditions are like, where some people are flying to, obviously through Nashville or Louisville, Kentucky. Prince concert. I had to put that out there. Let's take a look at what's going on. If you know me, you know I'm a big fan. Okay, let's take a look at what's happening with regard to our weather. And for that, we have to check in on the snowfall. And I should have said snow conditions because we don't really have much in the way of snowfall necessarily across southern Ontario, with the exception as you head further up north of the Kawarthas, up toward the Ottawa Valley and north of Montreal. That's where we're likely to be talking about some snow. Actually, conditions in Mont-Tremblant after this snow are likely to be pretty good as this low pressure system moves through. There are 2 of them, Gulf low, that's why all the rain driving down to Florida, and then this low here. They merge and they phase together. Atlantic Canada, big winter storm on the way, 20 plus centimeters of snow. And then next week we have another low that's skirting through. Now, thank you so much for that. Let's, and by the way, lots of great top 5s are online, a whole series of them online at theweathernetwork.com. First, though, let's take a look at what's happening. Now, this is March break that we're heading into, but not everyone gets to leave the province, and nor would you when the conditions are good for this. All right, Kevin, looking good. He could have given us a wave, right? Couldn't he have? No, I guess he has his hand on the pulse. Let's take a look actually in another event where you're going down a hill. This is a different kind of event, though. A championship that's happening in Edmonton, and the track conditions are said to be good despite the temperatures being so mild. 12 degrees today in Edmonton. In Toronto, on the other hand, we're still mild. That warm front is north of us. However, on the top side of that red line, it's still cold for some winter weather. We are seeing showers, not a lot of rainfall here. Kingston will see more than Toronto. And then that low merges with the Gulf low. They move into the Atlantic provinces. Major storm system on the way, winter storm, 20 plus centimeters of snow expected. Mainland Nova Scotia, maybe PEI as well. likely seeing some very strong winds then for Newfoundland. St. John's getting hammered by that low. So we have to watch that. And then the next low coming in for... And Kim, you know, that spring weather continues in Western Canada. The hot spot was Osoyoos, BC yesterday at nearly 21 degrees. And tomorrow, Medicine Hat at 20. Imagine that. We are still mild, yes, maybe not that warm, but it's also resulting in a great opportunity to head outside. And it's a really great exercise. It looks easier than it is. It's one of those types of things, and you really get your heart rate up pretty significantly, actually, and burn a lot of calories. Let's take a look at what's happening with our cold front, though. It's moving through. That brings us a spell of some cooler air. But in advance of that, we're in the warm part of the low, and that means that we're not seeing any winter weather from this low pressure system. The same cannot be said, though, in Ottawa and Montreal. There will be mixing at times, yes. There will be some snow and some precipitation on the way, in likely freezing precipitation. Then we have our new low coming in, so we'll have to watch. By the way, Atlantic Canada set for a winter storm this upcoming weekend, 20 plus centimeters. We have 8 degrees tomorrow.
Happy Friday, it's Jacqueline Woodall and Sheryl Plouffe in with you today. BC, rainy and warm, very warm. We'll tell you how warm you're still going to be. Alberta, you're getting ready for the cold plunge. It's not going to be terribly cold, but it'll be different. And the GTA, well, showers and, I like this, warmer, because it is warmer, right?
20.9 degrees, breaking a record from 2007, but clearly we're breaking records. This has been the case now for a few days, right?
Absolutely.
We might be breaking records again today.
Yeah. Do you remember last summer, I think it was last summer, where they just kept, we called it the BC 40 Club, and they kept hitting 40 degrees in Osoyoos. It's like, wow, is it ever nice? What a beautiful spot to live.
Well, it's the BC desert, right?
That's right.
Yeah, they're not going 4x4, but that's what it happens. There's 4 guys, they go down together, they're crashing into each other, crashed ice, hence the name.
Right.
But yeah, the track here is actually good considering the conditions. 12 degrees today in Edmonton.
Yeah, and let's take a look at the next 3 days. So for Edmonton on Saturday, 12 degrees, 3 though on Sunday. So there's that polar plunge we were talking about. It's a cold front. Right now you're out ahead of the front, so a nice warm up with the southwest flow, but by Sunday, very different. Lethbridge, you'll be down to about 8 degrees, but look at Saturday at 18.
Yeah, really nice mild temperatures. And in Ontario South, yes, it's still warm, but still you can partake in some winter activities. Here's Mike Arsenault.
Mike? Yeah, skiing is a lot of fun. It actually feels like you're skating, but you're on skis. But what a great workout.
It's a very good workout. I mean, heart rate goes through the roof.
Totally. And you know what? Your heart rate can go through the roof in not a good way, too, sometimes when shoveling this kind of heavy, wet snow. Wawa, Geraldton, Kapuskasing, all expecting some pretty heavy snow. That's north of a warm front. Meanwhile, rain down towards the south. And enjoy the warm-up for Southern Ontario while it's here.
Yeah, we have some showers on the way, snow for Ottawa and Montreal.